Hi, my name is Sophia Parker, and I'm 30 years old. I never thought my life could change so much because of a credit card bill, but here I am, sitting at my parents' house, still struggling to believe what happened. It all started 2 weeks ago on a quiet Sunday. I was relaxing on the couch, scrolling through my phone when a notification popped up. New charge, $3,500, luxury beach resort, Hawaii. My heart pounded. I hadn't been to Hawaii, and I definitely hadn't booked a vacation. Panicking, I opened my banking app. My jaw dropped as I saw a long list of charges: expensive dinners, spa treatments, fancy hotel stays. The total? Nearly $115,000. This had to be a mistake. Maybe the bank mixed up my account with someone else's. I called customer service, hoping they could fix it. After 20 minutes of waiting and answering security questions, the representative said something that made my stomach twist. "Ma'am, these purchases were made with your physical credit card. Are you sure you didn't give it to someone?" "No," I said firmly. "My card is in my purse right now." But when I checked, my wallet was there, but my credit card was gone. I started pacing, trying to figure out who could have taken it. Then, it hit me: Marilyn, my mother-in-law. A week ago, she had come over when my husband, Ethan, wasn't home. She had asked to borrow my purse for a second to grab a tissue. At the time, I didn't think anything of it, but now it made sense. Without wasting another second, I called Ethan. "Hey, can you come home early? We need to talk," I said, my voice shaking. "What's wrong?" he asked. "Your mom stole my credit card and went on a trip to Hawaii." There was silence. Then, after a long pause, Ethan finally spoke, but instead of being shocked or supportive, he said something that shattered me. "Why are you making this such a big deal, Sophia? She's family, just let it go." My hands trembled. "Let it go, Ethan? She stole from me." He sighed. "If you can't respect my mother, maybe you should leave. I'm tired of this." Tears filled my eyes, but I blinked them away. My husband was choosing his mother over me. "Fine," I whispered and hung up. That night, I packed my bags. I couldn't stay in a house where I wasn't respected. The next morning, I canceled my credit card and took a cab to my parents' house. As I was leaving, I noticed an envelope near the mailbox. It wasn't addressed to me, it was for Ethan. The label caught my attention: urgent, past due notice. Curious, I picked it up and stuffed it into my purse before walking out the door. I didn't know it then, but opening that envelope would change everything. Sitting on my bed at my parents' house, I hesitated. Did I even want to know what was inside? But something told me I had to look. With shaking hands, I tore it open. The first thing I saw was the amount due: $45,000. My breath caught. It was a loan payment notice. Ethan had borrowed this money 6 months ago, and never told me. Worse, he had missed several payments, and if he didn't pay soon, the lender would take legal action. My mind raced with questions. What had Ethan done with all that money? Then I saw the next line, and my whole body went cold. Co-signed by Marilyn Parker. His mother had signed the loan with him, meaning she was part of this mess. I felt like screaming. I had been married to Ethan for 4 years, thinking we had built a life together, but now, I was finding out about lies, secrets, and betrayal: the loan, the stolen credit card, and the fact that Ethan had defended his mother instead of me. I felt like I didn't even know him anymore. I barely slept that night. My mind kept replaying everything that had happened. By morning, I had made up my mind. I was done being the victim. I wasn't going to let Ethan and Marilyn ruin my life. The next day, I made some important phone calls to my lawyer and my bank. I explained what happened with the credit card and the secret loan. The bank told me that since I had canceled my card, I wouldn't have to pay for any new charges. My lawyer, however, had an even better idea: taking legal action against Marilyn for fraud. With a solid plan, I gathered my courage and went back to my house to confront Ethan. When I walked in, he was sitting on the couch, scrolling through his phone like nothing had happened. "We need to talk," I said firmly, standing in front of him. He barely looked up. "What now, Sophia?" I pulled out the past due notice and dropped it on the coffee table. "Care to explain this?" Ethan's face went pale as he picked up the paper. "Where did you get this?" "That doesn't matter," I snapped. "What matters is that you lied to me, you hid this debt, and your mother helped you. I trusted you." "Ethan." He sighed and ran a hand through his hair. "I didn't tell you because I knew you'd overreact, just like you're doing now. I let out a bitter laugh. Overreact? You took out a $45,000 loan behind my back, and your mother stole my credit card for a luxury vacation. That's not overreacting, Ethan, that's betrayal. Instead of apologizing, Ethan's face hardened. We needed that money. My mom's investment in that property was supposed to pay off the loan. I crossed my arms. And how's that working out? Because from what I see, your mother is enjoying her life while you're drowning in debt. He had no response. The silence told me everything. I took a deep breath and steadied myself. Here's what's going to happen, Ethan. I've already called my lawyer. Marilyn will be charged with credit card fraud, and you are not getting a cent of my savings. I'm filing for divorce. His eyes widened. Divorce? You can't be serious. Oh, I am, I said, my voice cold and steady. You chose your mother over me, now I'm choosing myself. At that moment, the front door opened, and Marilyn walked in, carrying shopping bags. She looked surprised to see me. Oh, Sophia, I didn't expect to see you here. I'm sure you didn't, I replied. I just came to let you know that I've reported the credit card theft to the police. You'll be hearing from them soon. Marilyn's face turned pale. You wouldn't do that. We're family. I shook my head. Family doesn't steal from each other. I trusted you, and you betrayed me. Now you'll face the consequences. Ethan stepped forward. Come on, Sophia, don't do this. We can work things out. I looked him in the eyes. It's too late, Ethan. You made your choice. Now I'm making mine. And with that, I walked out of the house, feeling a strange mix of anger and relief. A new beginning. I knew this wasn't the end, it was the start of something new, something better. Over the next few weeks, everything moved quickly. Marilyn was charged with credit card fraud, and a court ordered her to pay restitution. Ethan tried reaching out to me several times, but I ignored him. I was done giving him chances. I finalized the divorce and focused on rebuilding my life. I threw myself into a business idea I had been putting off for years, and for the first time in a long time, I felt free. One day, while organizing my new apartment, my phone buzzed with a message from Ethan. It was short and desperate. Marilyn left. I'm drowning in debt. Please help me. I stared at the text for a moment before deleting it. I wasn't going to let him drag me down again. I looked around my apartment and smiled. I had lost a husband, but I had gained something far more valuable, my freedom and peace of mind. Months passed. Life slowly returned to normal. I had moved into a cozy downtown apartment, just a few blocks from my new job at a marketing agency. My days were filled with work, coffee breaks, and a kind of peace I hadn't known in years. I even started painting again, a passion I had abandoned during my chaotic marriage. The apartment was small but felt like home. On weekends, I would sit by the window with a cup of tea, watching the city come alive as I worked on my latest art piece. One Saturday morning, as I finished a painting, my phone rang. It was my lawyer. Sophia, I have good news, she said cheerfully. I set my paintbrush down. What is it? The court finalized the restitution agreement. Marilyn is legally required to pay you back the full amount she stole, plus damages for emotional distress. I let out a deep breath. That's amazing. Thank you for everything. You deserve this, Sophia, my lawyer said. It's time for you to move on, without looking back. She was right. The final twist. A few weeks later, I heard through mutual friends that Ethan's life had completely fallen apart. Marilyn had abandoned him after realizing she couldn't manipulate him for more money. The house we once shared had been repossessed. He was now living in a tiny rental apartment, drowning in debt. I didn't feel sorry for him. He had made his choices, now he had to live with them. But then, one evening, my phone rang. An unfamiliar number. Against my better judgment, I answered. Sophia, it's Ethan. His voice was hoarse, like he had been crying. I know you don't want to hear from me, but please, just listen. I remained silent, unsure whether to hang up or let him speak. I lost everything, he continued. I was wrong. I should have stood by you instead of my mother. I realize that now, but it's too late. I just wanted to say, I'm sorry. For a moment, I felt a twinge of pity. But then I remembered all the nights I had cried myself to sleep, the betrayal, the loneliness, the strength it took to walk away. I appreciate the apology, I said calmly, but I've moved on. Ethan, I hope you can too. Is there any chance we could? No, I cut him off. There isn't. I ended the call, blocked his number. I had already given him too many chances. That night, as I sat on my balcony, Watching the city lights flicker, I felt a sense of closure. I had walked through fire and come out stronger. I wasn't the same woman who cried over a stolen credit card and a broken marriage. I was someone new. Someone who knew her worth. I smiled and picked up my sketchbook, ready to plan my next painting. I didn't know what the future held. But I knew one thing for sure, it was mine to create. As the cool night breeze brushed against my skin, I whispered softly to myself, "This is just the beginning." Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more great stories. Don't forget to tap the notification bell, so you never miss an update. Share your thoughts in the comments, we love hearing from you. See you next time, and take care.